Have you tried every trick in the book to stop your dog's reactivity? Like, I'm talking treats, obedience, working on constant engagement, still to just end up with them having a full-blown meltdown every single time they see another dog. I mean, it's exhausting, right? And there is a reason for it, and it's called impulse control. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start training it today, starting from your living room all the way out into the real world, so you can finally have the walk that you want, calm and under control. So first, here's why pure obedience or bribing with food or just chasing that perfect engagement often doesn't fix reactivity. In fact, it can make the dog look better, but it doesn't teach the skill that they actually are lacking. Because all three are just usually, well, teaching your dog to avoid the trigger, not to actually process it. So if your dog can only cope when treats are out, that's not impulse control. That's dependency. See, real impulse control is, I see the dog, I feel the urge, and I hold it together anyway. So if impulse control is what we need, how do we actually teach it? Well, here's the easiest way to think about it. If your dog loses their mind with excitement, like at the front door, the second you go to grab the lead to go for a walk, like never mind when they actually see a dog, they're not being naughty. You're just seeing what I call the pressure cooker effect. So it's when arousal and frustration build up all throughout the day, and then the walk is where it finally just blows. And the problem isn't just the energy, it's that your dog doesn't know how to come down from that feeling as well. So they stay there, right? And then they're searching for the next dog to explode towards, leaving you just feeling anxious, nervous on like every single walk and thinking, when is it coming? So here's what I'm going to teach you. It's basically a quick mental deflate routine that you can do before the walk and that you can progress easily as your dog gets the hang of it. And don't worry, it's nice and quick and simple, and I'm also going to teach you how to then take it out into the real world so that you can build impulse control out there too. So right now, when you start this, you'll have two results. One, your dog will be leaving the house already calmer, not leaving it a 9 out of 10. And two, when they see a dog in the future and they have that urge, they'll have already been practicing how to pause, think clearly instead of explode. So anyway, enough chit chat. Let's start with the 2-minute routine that you can do before you even touch the door handle to help calm your dog down and start learning impulse control. So we're going to start with a toy or a treat, depending upon what your dog likes the most, that your dog isn't obsessed with. Just before we go, there's one hard and fast rule throughout the entire training, and that is this. Your dog never gets the item, being the toy or the treat, off the floor. You'll always collect and give it to them where appropriate. I'll show you that in the training. The reason is out in the real world, your dog's never going to get to that dog. Your dog's never going to get to that cyclist, to that jogger that they're reactive to. So we don't practice inside what we're not going to allow to happen outside. So the first step now, once you've got the dog clipped up on the leading collar, is have the lead short enough that they can't get to the item once you've thrown it, because we're going to throw it in a second. And don't have it so long they can get there, and then don't have it so short that you're holding them in position, okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to say leave it and then throw the toy, right? And if they go flying towards the end of the lead and they hit the end of the lead, that's the consequence. And then we're going to wait and we're going to show you what we're waiting for. Now, Neil knows leave it. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to say leave it and throw it. And this is what you were aiming to get at. However, then I'm going to release him, then he'll act like he hasn't known leave it. I'll show you what I mean. Ready? Leave it. So I said leave it, he stopped in his tracks, he's looking for me. So now I'm going to release him, and this is what your dog will go straight to. You'll say leave it, you'll throw it, and they'll act like this. Okay, now you have them hit the end of the lead, and that's all you're looking for, okay? Now your dog may take longer. They may hit the end of the lead, watch him again. Okay, they may hit the end of the lead and then stay stood like that. If they do, your job is to wait, and all you're waiting for is that look back or that disengage from the toy. So watch this again. Remember, you're not going to release your dog, you're just going to say leave it and throw it. Neil knows that, so I need to release him to let it be realistic to what you're going to see. Neil, okay, they're going to hit the end of the lead, and then that's all you need. And you go, yes, good boy. And then you get the toy or the treat, and yes, and you give it them and you have a play, or you let them have the treat. So you're going to do this for about 2 minutes on the trot, and then take a little break, a minute or so, and then you want to do this 3 to 5 times if possible. So this will really, really help take the edge off before the walk by timing them out a little bit mentally. But the main thing we're training here is for the dog to start learning, I want it, but I can't have it. And that's okay. And that's the skill we have to master, because that is impulse control. Now, once your dog can do that first level smoothly, where they hear leave it, and they disengage without a big fight, without a tussle on the lead, we're going to make it harder. So let's go back to showing you now practically with the next step. So now we're going to do the same thing again, but with a toy or a treat that they are obsessed with. Like Neil, absolutely. Okay, he loves this toy, okay? Drop. Thank you, come here. Good. So find a more higher value toy or treat. And the same rules apply, but there's one tweak. You know, before, they were allowed to move after leave it, they just weren't allowed to hit the end of the lead. If they did, nothing happened, okay? They didn't get the thing. If they stopped before they hit the end of the lead, then we say yes and we give them the treat. Now there's an extra rule. Higher value toy or treat, and you're not allowed to move. Okay, so this is what you'd want. Leave it and no movement. And then you're waiting for the eye contact. Yes. And then you get the toy. Okay, or the treat and you give it them, okay? Now the way you get that is this. Neil, drop. Ta. By saying this. This is what you do, okay? I'm not going to say leave it because he knows leave it. So I'm going to entice him a little bit. Then I'm going to throw the toy. And I'm going to say leave it at the same time as pop. What you will do is you will say leave it, throw the toy, and then get the pop in. I'm doing it in a different order because if I say leave it, he's not going to go, okay? So I'm going to say stop it, because then he won't listen. So ready? Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Stop it, pop. That would be leave it. So leave it, pop. And you're going to keep doing that until you can say leave it and you're about to pop and you don't need to because they're not going for it. And when that happens, Neil, come back here. Then it'll look more like this. Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Leave it. And after the leave it, there's no movement. And that is what you're looking for. Again, around 2 minutes at a time, maybe even 3 or 4, you can push it a little bit further now, and a few sets on the trot. Now we're about to move on to the final level before we start taking this outside. And just to quickly clarify 2 things. First, the routine. Before the walk, you're going to do about 10 minutes of a total of whichever level your dog can handle successfully in the house. So that's either the leave it and they can move, but they still have to disengage, or the leave it and they're not allowed to break their position anymore. Number 2, the importance of doing it inside first just cannot be overstated. We have to practice the skill in a controlled environment before we proceed to trying to take it outside. Well, that skill is just going to completely fall apart and you're going to go round and round in circles. So once your dog can do that inside the house, we now need to transfer this calm impulse control to outside. Because outside is where the pressure cooker effect that I mentioned before really, really shows up. And this is just simply because most reactive dogs do not start the walk calmly. They already start it wound up and ready to go. And the front door is where it first explodes. So we're going to train calm through the front doorway, not just hope for it. So let me show you how. So what you want to do is you want to have the door, you and the dog, okay? The dog's behind you a little bit. Lead short but loose, kind of the same way you're holding it for the toys before when you were throwing all the treats that you were throwing. And you're going to start to open the door, and as you do, you're going to say leave it, because that means don't go out anymore. That means don't advance. Don't do what you were about to think of doing. So I'd say leave it and open the door. And if the dog went to go, you would, with a quick pop on the lead, shut the door, put it back. Okay, pop. Shut the door. Sit. Back to the sit. Wait a second or so to check they're calmer. Might be 5 seconds, might be 10 seconds. Just wait until they look calm. Leave it. Go to open the door again. And what you're aiming to be able to do is once the door's been open for a few seconds, is to say like your release command, which would be like from Neil is okay. So I'll say okay, and I want to be able to stop, seeing him stop with me. If he'd shut out, I would have said leave it, pop the lead, brought back in. So I'll show you again how that look. Leave it, pop on the lead, bring back. And that's if your dog shot past you. Even after okay. Okay doesn't mean boom. Okay means right, let's go. And what you want, remember, for this stage is to be able to go, okay, then start to go and then hold themselves together. Good boy, buddy. And wait for you to make it really clear we're going. Once you can do that, I'll see you outside. So the final step before you actually go out looking for dogs is outside with your dog on the lead, their favorite toy or their favorite treat again, walking around with them, a little bit of teasing and being able to throw it and tell them to leave it and have the same standards that they don't break their position. If they do, we're going to correct. So it'd be like this. Oh my God, buddy, ready? Yes, yes. Leave it. Correct, because he tried to cut across me. Wait a sec. Get the toy. Get the toy. And try again. Here. Ready. Ready. Leave it. That gets a yes. Yes. I get the toy. Oh, and then we have a proper play. Good boy. Yeah. So do the same thing one more time. So I'm going to get him a little bit enticed with it. Oh, by the way, quick warning with this, inside the house too and this level, if they get too wound up and they're barking and screaming and so on, you've got them too enticed, too excited, calm the energy down a little bit. And then you can slowly build up the enticement. So do it one more time. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Oh, he's going to get it. 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 Oh, he's so close. Oh, he's so close. Leave it. That's what we want. Yes. Mark it. I should have done that a little bit quicker. Okay, and then he can actually get the toy. So that's what we want. They can be mid-chase, mid-thinking they're going to get the toy, and you say leave it and they stop dead. And that is what you want to be perfected before we attempt to start using it on dogs. So now you've got all the impulse control steps you need. But they only work if you can actually control the walk itself in the first place. You see, if your dog's dragging you down the street, you won't have the time to enforce anything. You're just going to get pulled straight towards the other dog. So before you start intentionally trying to get closer to dogs using this impulse control training, watch this next video where I'm going to show you exactly how to stop the pulling, so that then when you apply the impulse control you've just learnt, it actually sticks.